In my head, I was there. Down the stairs, I was there.
Taylor Swift's Toronto takeover, millions of dollars, boom, shocks tourism industry. Did you know that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour brought in over $150 million to Toronto's economy? Imagine being part of a concert that doesn't just change your nights, but an entire city's financial landscape. 6 shows at Rogers Centre had Swifties flooding the streets, filling hotels, restaurants, and local businesses. It wasn't just a concert. It was an economic wave that hit Toronto like a rock star tsunami. But how did this all happen, and why does it matter for the cities that could be next? Keep watching to find out. This is one story you won't want to miss. Before we get into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out any more stories like this. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Whether it's celebrity impact or major economic trends, we've got it covered for you. Now, let's jump right in. If there's one thing we know for sure about Taylor Swift and her Eras Tour, it's this. Her fans are obsessed. I mean, we've seen it, right? The Swifties are a force, showing up everywhere with full-on dedication. From Europe to South America, Asia, and across North America. Taylor's crowd has been packed with people who would follow her to the ends of the earth, and let's face it, who could blame them? Taylor has earned that spot as the Queen of Pop. No wonder her fans are glued to her every move. Now, let's talk about what was about to go down in Toronto. 6 shows back-to-back at the Rogers Centre. That's not just another stop on the tour. That's basically like hosting 6 Super Bowls in a row. Seriously, can you imagine the energy? A massive 240,000 Swifties were expected to roll in, and with them, millions of dollars. It was projected that Toronto would rake in $152 million just from the concerts alone. But hold up. This wasn't just about ticket sales. Fans were going to spend big in all kinds of ways. Think about it. They need hotels to crash at, foods to eat, and of course, all the merch. Oh, and don't forget about those friendship bracelets. From the smallest pop event to the biggest night out, every inch of Toronto was expected to feel the Swiftie love. And this wasn't just a couple of fans dropping a few bucks. Out-of-town concertgoers alone were set to drop a jaw-dropping $141 million. That's everything from hotels to restaurants, local events, and shopping. If you were a business owner in Toronto, you were probably sitting there thinking, this is it. This is my moment. And here's the thing. Taylor Swift isn't just a pop star. She's a one-woman economy. Her tour was expected to bring in a mind-blowing $4.6 billion to the US economy alone. And Toronto? Well, Toronto was ready to cash in big time. You'd have to go all the way back to 2003 and the iconic SARS stock to see something that could have such a massive impact. From coffee shops to boutiques, local businesses were gearing up to benefit from the Swiftie-fueled boom. Mayor Olivia Chow called it an enormously positive impact. It was the perfect storm, fans flooding the city right in the middle of the slow season for business travel. The city wasn't just waiting for the concerts to start, they were counting down the days to that economic glow-up. While the concerts only lasted 6 nights, their impact? Oh, that's going to be felt for much longer. This surge in spending didn't just light up Toronto's economy for a few days. It's giving the city a serious boost in ways that will last. Small businesses are thriving, jobs are being supported, and even when things are usually a little quieter in the tourism world, Swift's visit is giving it that extra spark. And let's not forget, Toronto wasn't just another stop on the tour, it was one of only 2 Canadian cities to host Taylor. That's putting Toronto on the map as a major player for the high-profile events. You think that's not a big deal? Think again. This city's tourism agency is hoping the buzz from these shows will get people coming back for more. Maybe to check out the CN Towers, hit up the local shops, or enjoy some seriously unique dining experiences. We're talking about tailgates and Swiftie-themed pop-up restaurants popping up all over the place, turning this tour into way more than just a concert. It's a full-on event, and local businesses are jumping at the chance to cash in on the Swiftie-fueled spotlight. The vibe is real, and here's the kicker. Toronto is using this moment as a platform to showcase everything the city has to offer. This isn't just a concert, it's a global stage for Toronto to shine and grow its economy. Now let's talk numbers, the real numbers. The numbers are in, folks. Taylor Swift's record-breaking Eras Tour rolled through Toronto this month, and just as expected, it was a game-changer. 6 shows attracting fans not only from Ontario and Canada, but worldwide. You won't believe the impact she had. According to payment services provider Moneris, the economic fallout in the best way was huge. During the 10 days surrounding Swift's visit, spending in downtown Toronto shot up by 45% compared to the previous week. Even with other big events like Raptors and Leafs games and the Wicked movie premiere, Taylor's concert still took the crown as the busiest days. And here's the real juicy tidbit. The biggest spending day, November 21st, the day of her 4th show. Want more? Of course you do. Spending at clothing stores went up by 49%, and accessory shops saw a huge 102% increase. That's right. Specialty stores and accessories were flying off the shelves. International spending up 48%, with US visitors making up 83% of the surge. Now, restaurants didn't see the same kind of crazy growth, only a 12% jump, but that's still a nice little boost. According to Sean McCormick, Vice President of Business Development and Data Services at Moneris, a big part of the economic impact is the spillover effect, where those in town spend on more than just the show itself. City officials had previously estimated that Taylor's concert would bring around 500,000 visitors to Toronto. And based on all this data, yeah, it looks like they were right. Swift definitely delivered the goods. As the final notes of her Toronto concerts echoed through the Rogers Centre, Taylor couldn't hold back the tears. The crowd? Absolutely electrified, and in that moment, you could feel the deep connection between Taylor and her fans. With a visibly emotional face, she shared,
You have no idea how much it means to me and to my band and to my crew and everybody who's put so much of this into this tour. I'm just having a bit of a moment, sorry. My band, my crew, all my fellow performers, we have put so much of our lives into this, and you've put so much of your lives into being with us tonight and to giving us that moment that we will never forget. We've loved our time in Toronto. It's been so amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Can you feel the love? It's no wonder that the crowd went wild. They just witnessed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And while Toronto might have been the chapter that stole the show, the tour isn't quite over yet. Taylor's now heading to Vancouver for the final leg of the Eras Tour, where 3 shows at BC Place are expected to close out this record-breaking journey. But let's be real. If you thought Toronto's economic impact was crazy, just wait for Vancouver. Taylor Swift is now the 5th most powerful woman in the world, according to Forbes. And with this tour, she's not just making music history, she's shaping economies. The Eras Tour is projected to bring a staggering $157 million in economic impact to Vancouver next week, with $97 million in direct spending on things like accommodations, food, and transport. Over 3 days, December 6th, 7th, and 8th, more than 150,000 Swifties are expected to flood BC Place, and hotels in the region have already booked over 82,000 rooms. And it's not just about the concert-goers themselves. The ripple effect of Taylor's tour is so massive that the U.S. Travel Association estimates her tour could generate over $10 billion in revenue when you factor in all the indirect spending surrounding these events. It's clear, Taylor Swift isn't just touring the world, she's transforming it. But here's the question. If one artist can create this kind of economic impact, what other celebrities or events could change the game for cities around the world? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you think Taylor's Toronto Takeover was one for the history books. See you in the next video.